warning is loud. I'm gonna spray today, obviously. I'm gonna try the morning. The evening not working, so maybe the morning will working. So we'll see. Well, I'm here to spray, and there is a temperature inversion. And you've been watching, so you know what that means. But in case you haven't seen me say what that is, temperature inversion is when the air above the upper air is cooler. I think I have this right. Cooler than the air on the bottom. That's normally opposite. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm not sure. They're inverted. What's normal, and traps the air in the lower air here, and it doesn't move. And so the chemical can spray it, and it will not settle down. It'll just kind of float. And they've shown studies where it can float multiple miles from where you spray. So don't want to spray really probably ever in a temperature inversion, but especially chemicals like this that cotton's really the only thing growing around here, and this would kill cotton. Maybe not as good, right? That's what we're seeing. That's why I'm spraying now and not at the evening. So anyways, temperature inversion. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit as the sun comes up. It should kind of alleviate that problem. Okay, temperature inversion. I was saying it right. In a normal day, the warmer air is at the surface, gets cooler as it goes up. Temperature inversion. The cooler air gets trapped underneath a layer of warmer air, which is not normal, and that's what causes the stuff to drift. So there it is. All right, well, I got that done. I have about 300 acres. Sorry, I have about 300 gallons left in the tank, but I'm done over on this side of our farms, and I should know with the way this chemical works. I should know by this afternoon whether it worked any better. So we'll see. I'll give you the update, but I'm going to stop here, and then if it works, then I'll need to get a little bit more chemical, one of the chemicals to keep going, and then I'm going to spot spray over there by the barn. None of that's very bad. Just like where I just wasn't very bad, just spotty, but enough with that. Thought it was worth jumping out there. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I don't know. Don't know what to do. Okay, here's the update on the spraying that I did this morning. See what you think. There's one. On the little one, that's a better kill than I got spraying it in the evening. Let's look at some of these that are a little bigger. So I'm seeing more overall damage, I think, than before. You know, there's some of these are still green, but again, I just sprayed that this morning. It should keep working. This is what a lot of them look, you know, this leaf right here on the other, a lot of it looked like that. So I think that's better. That's what I like right there. So it sure seems like that plant is a little more damaged. So I would think I'd get a little bit more kill, more days. I think probably a couple days is about all it's gonna, if it doesn't show anything else more tomorrow, that's probably all it's gonna do. But I don't know. That's my thought, is that spray in the evening, it's supposed to work better. Let it, like I told you, overnight, let it work into the system and kill the plant. But I'm afraid that it was just so hot and evaporating off the spray before it could get into the plant, which would kind of obviously not make the chemical work as good. So I don't know. It's interesting. So I guess I will spray the last 300 gallons I have. I'll do that in the morning probably, and at least get that sprayed out. Just spot spray around the barn, those 3 fields over there. There's really not much there. I may not even use all that up. And then I've just got the Farm and Old Glory has quite a bit of volunteer cotton. I'll probably have to fill up again to do that over there. So anyways, weird year. Lots of heat, not much rain. There's clouds kind of building. There was a hurricane that came into the south part of Texas, but this high pressure ridge that's just been camped out over us is been a buster, not letting that tropical storm to kind of turn up north, which is what we'd like, to get some rain up here. So anyways, clouds are kind of around and building. I guess that's a good sign. There is some moisture around in the atmosphere, so maybe it'll rain. I'm going to finish spraying today. I'm going to drive the tractor over to the barn and spray, hopefully get it sprayed out with the stuff around there. I don't know if there's actually going to be enough to spray this 300 gallons, but we'll find out. I don't really want to leave that chemical in the tank because it will, one of those chemicals can kind of settle and clog strainers up. So I'm going to do that because we're leaving for a few days. Emily and I go on a short little trip with some friends. So I'm going to do that this morning. I want to show you the cotton around here. In the mornings, it doesn't look terrible as far as wilty, so that's a good sign. But there's more bolls on here than I would have thought. I don't know, who knows what they'll do or how big they'll get. But, I mean, it's throwing squares and fruit off, but maybe it's keeping enough that we need. I don't know, we'll find out. It's amazing that the cotton looks the way it does. So I don't know, that stuff doesn't need a lot of rain. It sure would like some more rain, but last year it amazed me with as dry as it was. This year it's maybe just as dry, but way hotter than last year. We didn't have these 110s on repeat, so pretty resilient plant, but still could use the rain. Well, I'm back from what I'm not really sure. Just next time I'm filming, back from the last time I was filming. We got, I guess technically it was rain yesterday. Let's see, went from 1/2 tenth at Dad's house to the west, 1/4 inch at the barn, and then some of that stuff maybe got a little bit more as we went some of those other fields up to maybe 4/10 or so. And then as you went further east from Dad's house, 2/10 here at this farm I'm at, and then our farthest east, 3,500. So that is the first rain that we've had in 60 days. The last rain, we were talking about this with some friends this weekend. The last rain that we had was at the rodeo, which we think was around the 28th, 29th, 30th of July. And so we are here today. Today's August 28th. No, I'm telling you wrong, June 28th. And so this is August 28th. So 60 days since we've had any rain. And the average temp from that whole time, like high, I bet if you average, even some days have been cooler, I bet we're still 105 on the average, 102. I mean, it's been unreal, dry and super hot. I saw a forecast today that this is the hottest stretch on record ever. And they, for like 130 years, like the hottest 30 days that we've had. So I believe it, I've lived it. Today, the day after the rain, it's about 95. It feels good. Crazy when 95 feels kind of nice. And so I'm just driving around. This morning I was hoeing some weeds, some more devil's claws. You saw me doing that. So just some more of those, and just doing some odds and ends. I just went to town to get a little more chemical because I'm gonna go spray one last half tank over to Old Glory, which didn't get much rain at all. But there's that volunteer cotton that I need to try to get. So I'm gonna spray a half tank over there. And now I'm just driving around to look and see how what I sprayed, the volunteer cotton I sprayed over here, how it looks and how the cotton looks. I'll show you. So first, I wasn't spraying this for this Johnson grass, but I'm glad to see that it looks better than before. But you can see this chemical doesn't kill, it just kind of desiccates and we'll set that back pretty good. But I'm probably gonna come and plow this because all that dirt was blowing, if you remember. this in the wheat stubble caught a lot of that blow sand, and so it's actually taller. I don't know if you can even tell that, but it is taller and really rough. But also I can help plow some of this Johnson grass that is resistant to Roundup. Thankful. So that died pretty good. And then here's some cotton. Oh, this is a good example. This one, that one got a really good kill. I mean, that's what I was hoping all of it to get. It's not, see, it's still green. It's still alive. It'll probably still try to green out, but it will not be able to make seed for sure. And here's reality. This, you know, still has some stuff that looks like this where it is, there's a lot more green, but this is the worst. It looks, a lot of it looks like the other, but with the stuff I sprayed where it didn't kill hardly at all, this would be like the best example. So this is the worst example on this. This is not going to be healthy enough to produce anywhere. So, such is life with chemicals. I was real frustrated the other day. I'm a little less frustrated that what I sprayed here is doing a decent job. Okay, now for the things that actually make me money. Cotton bolls. I mean, it's got fruit on there. I don't know. These little ones, for sure, that's what we need. The rain, you know, the 2 tenths here. What's that gonna do? I don't know. But there are bowls on there. Not as many as I'd like, because every time you see stuff like this on the ground, you realize what could have been. You know, if we could have held these on, then could have had a really good crop this year. Still to be decided. Here's another example of the deer doing some damage. Just over time, this corner, which is right by this pasture, the deer, they don't go far because they're kind of scaredy cats, but they've come and just helped themselves. And that's a lot like what it looked like in Old Glory when the cotton was little, but this this was a little bit bigger cotton. And yeah, here's the cotton plant trying to survive and putting on new fruit. But just doing our part, feeding the wildlife, really environmentalists out here. Now over here, I don't have any idea what this is. I don't know if it's root rot. Maybe it's a lightning strike, I don't know. It's kind of circular. No idea, but that cotton did. A couple years ago, I took Denton deer hunting for the first time, or we tried to go deer hunting, and I'm trying to think. We had wheat sown here, so it'll be similar setup to this year. Wheat sowed on the cotton, it had a good stand, and we knew that deer were coming out and eating because they eat the cotton, and we also saw them eating on the wheat. So we set, and I don't have anything set up out here for hunting, but we set back there a ways, and we got out here early, and got in the back of our Suburban and closed the back hatch, but raised the top glass, and we sat in there with binoculars and guns and watched all the deer. We didn't see any. We see like 30 deer, all does and fawns, but they were all across the fence on our neighbors. So we watched them. They just never would come across and jump and eat on ours, so that we could have taken a doe. But anyways, that was Denton's first ever experience deer hunting. Hopefully I can take him legitimately. I finally have a gun that he can shoot, and we'll see if he's interested in doing that. Dove hunting is starting, well, today's the 28th, it's coming in the next couple days. He loves dove hunting, so we're going to be doing some of that over the next couple weeks and months. Okay, I'm here at my parents' house. I'm going to get this trailer ready to take it back over to the barn because I need to fill up there to go over to Old Glory. So I'm going to get the hoses all situated and make it roadworthy. Dad's going to bring it over. My truck can pull it, not great. Dad's got airbags in his rear suspension that really helps because the weight here on the front is pretty tongue heavy with this tote on the front, even though it's a lot gone, but it's full of water. Yeah, it's full of water, so I'll let him do that. Working on something maybe to try to help me be able to do that.
If you're gonna farm, then farm it.